What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Get this. Deontay Wilder's father wants Malik Scott sacked. He says, you don't need a buddy. Get you someone you respect. Okay. He said, you don't need a buddy. You need somebody to train you. It's not too late for Deontay. I believe he got several good years left. Deontay's always been a slugger. Now Malik's trying to train him to be a boxer. And if you look at it, you'll see that Deontay is not comfortable where he is at. As long as he tries to be a boxer, he's not going to win. Gary Wilder, his father, said. And let me counterpunch. First off, I'm going to tell you guys something. That household, the Wilder household, it's a divide. It's the War Roses in there. The reason why I say that is because Deontay Wilder's mom has already pleaded with him to stop fighting. You don't have nothing else to prove. You got a lot of money. Come home with me. I got a party for you. We're going to watch your fights. We're going to laugh. We're going to cry. We're going to do whatever. Stop. Father's saying, you don't need to stop Deontay Wilder. You got 2 of the 3 good years left. And I want you to keep fighting. I just want you to get rid of your buddy, Malik Scott. So you got Miss Wilder over here, or Mrs. Wilder over here, and Mr. Wilder over here, right? So that being said, that's going to have some drama. That's going to draw a division in that household. So, you know, somebody going to be sleeping on the couch. But other than that, is Mr. Gary Wilder right? I think at this point, yeah. You know why, though? Not because Malik Scott is really a bad fighter. He did pull he pulled some bullshit. He pulled some bullshit.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit?
He pulled some bullshit with going over there to Zhang before going to his fighter first to check on his fighter first. Now, we all agree on that. That was wrong. Okay, that wasn't the standard protocol. You never do that. What you going over there for? You know? So I got to say that. But as far as Wilder goes, I think Wilder and Malik, Wilder should get rid of Malik because of this. Why wouldn't you get rid of Malik like you got rid of Mark Breland? Mark Breland did what he needed to do for you. If it wasn't for Mark Breland, if he wasn't in that corner, okay? Some people are placed in your life for a reason. Mark Breland was there for that reason. He was there to protect and to save Deontay from himself. Okay? He was there to save him from himself. And the ref was going to stop the fight anyway. He was probably going to let it go a little. Kenny Bayless, he was going to let it go a little longer, and then Tyson Fury. But he said it himself. I would have stopped that fight myself. So Mark Breland wasn't in the wrong. Wilder didn't look like that. He wouldn't get dropped like that. And it wasn't because of no damn gloves, I believe. I think it was because he got caught in the ear that knocked off his equilibrium, and he was hurt, and he couldn't protect himself like he normally does, and he wasn't expecting a Crunk-style, new-trained Tyson Fury from Javen Sugar Hill, from Emmanuel Stewart, from the Crunk's gym style that was giving him hell in that ring that night. He couldn't handle that, and because of that, Mark Breland drug him out of that fight. Okay? And he fired him. He fired him for it. Now, you got Malik Scott. In the last 5 years, you've lost 5 fights. Sorry. You've lost 4 of them. Well, what the hell? You've lost 4 of them, right? So that's not a good thing. You started with Malik Scott in 2021. You lost to Tyson Fury. You won to Robert Alenius with the same trainer, Malik Scott. You lost again to Joseph Parker with Malik Scott. You got stopped by Zhang with Malik Scott. At some point, I think He's going to have to. And what turned me off about Malik Scott is it isn't his training, because I heard what he was telling Deontay Wilder. He was telling Deontay Wilder, like, look, none of that rock'em sock'em robot shit. None of that. He was on him. He was talking to him like a trainer's supposed to talk to a fighter. He just didn't do or approach that fight like he should have when that fight went the way it went. He should have never done that with Zhilei Zhang. He went over there to Zhang, and then they all came over there together. No, you don't do that. You go to your fighter first. That's what he pays you for. Sure, the doctors are there to make sure. The referee, of course, to make sure that you're well or you're okay. You're cognitive. You know what I mean? Do you have any bruising or swelling that could, be something more serious? But the trainer is the first person to run over to the fighter. And he ran to over there to Zhang and hugged Zhang and all that. Man, well, like that. He looked like such a big traitor. He looked like a Benedict Arnold. And I'm not talking about the shit you eat. I'm talking about the real person that traded. Okay, he looked like a traitor to me. And Gary, she's like, hey, you need to stop that. Now, other than that, though, I think Malik Scott did a decent job. He knew what he's supposed to do, but I think he's going about it wrong. He's trying to teach Deontay Wilder how to be a boxer, just like Gary Wilder said, instead of a puncher. I think he needs to work more on basic fundamentals, because Wilder doing that now in his career, it's awkward to him. If you see, he was just pawing at Zhang instead of putting sharp punches together. He had the speed. Zhang is good with counterpunching with reaction time, but he's not as fast as Deontay Wilder was, okay? Or he is, or whatever. So he should have put jabs together. That pawing and all that stuff, no. Wilder's known to punch. That's what he's known for. But it does look bad now, since the father of Deontay Wilder wants Malik Scott out. You know what that reminds me of? When John Fury wanted Sugar Hill Stewart out of his son's training camp so he could take over. So, a lot of this stuff kind of repeats itself when training camps or when fighters don't get the type of results that they thought that they were going to get. You know what I mean? So I do feel that his dad really wants to see Wilder go out on top, and this is what I'm going to leave you guys with. As far as Deontay Wilder goes, okay, if he stays in the game, they have to bring this man down a notch. Get the hell out of Saudi Arabia, because Turki al-Sheikh is not going to give you anything easy. Wilder needs some easy fights. Wilder needed an Alenius. He needed an Adam Kalnaki. He needed a Charles Martin. He needed these fights before coming up to these big boys. They just threw his ass in there. And this man been off 2 years. And his arrogance, not confidence, his arrogance made him think, along with the yes men around him, that he was ready to take on those challenges. And they overlooked, because of arrogance, the ring rust or the possibility of ring rust. And that's exactly what he had, I feel. Joseph Parker came in with a fire-ass game plan, him and Andy Lee. However, look at Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker in 2022 was beat to death damn near and then knocked out by Joe Joyce. What did he do? He revived himself. How do you revive yourself? You start small. You start with smaller fights, smaller caliber, less opposition. And he had 3 of those mother suckers that same year of last year. Then he fought Wilder. He was ready. Wilder didn't have that. He dicked around with Andy Ruiz. Remember? Better take that money, Andy. He dicked around with him, didn't do anything last year. Then he comes in the ass end of 2023 and fights Joseph Parker that already had 3 fights. But whose fault is that? You know what I mean? That's Team Wilder's fault. So if Gary Wilder, the father of Deontay Wilder, wants to demand that Wilder starts firing people, he should start with his team too. That's my counterpunch. You guys tell me what you think about Gary Wilder's take on Malik Scott, his trainer. Please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.